Welcome to The Late Show, everybody. I'm your host, Stephen Colbert. It is day 20 of Donald Trump's government shutdown. Or at least, I think it is. The Federal Bureau of Time has been furloughed. And today, the president flew down to the southern border to point at the big empty space where the wall would go. You see that place over there where there's no wall? I'm thinking wall. But before he got on his helio chopper, he had a lot to yell about the shutdown, and I'll tell you all about it in tonight's edition of Chopper Talk. What everyone wants to know is, will the president declare a national emergency to build his wall? Well, today, the president gave a firm,
I have the absolute right to declare a national emergency. I haven't done it yet. I may do it. If this doesn't work out, probably I will do it. I would almost say definitely.
I may, listen up. I may, probably, definitely, certainly for sure, though perhaps not. I'll tell you what, let me check the magic 8-ball. No, it says, try again later. Now, but you know, that's just how emergencies are. You can never tell whether they're urgent or not. Hello, 911, can you send a fire truck right away? My house might be on fire. Maybe, maybe not. We'll see. But if you are sending a truck, please bring a pizza. Ooh, garlic knots. I forgot the garlic knots. But Trump is sure that declaring an emergency would be legal.
This is a thing that the lawyers tell me is 100%.
Mr. President, if you want to know what is or is not legal, I don't know if I'd ask your lawyers. One of them is unreachable for the next 3 years. By the way, illegal border crossings are down to they're a 46-year low right now. So what is the actual maybe emergency?
Here's the story. There is another major caravan forming right now in Honduras. It's bigger than anything we've seen.
Yes. There's a new, even bigger caravan. It's another caravan. Bigger, better. It's a sequel. They're faster and more furious. Get ready for Two Cara, Two Van. Now, yesterday, Trump held negotiations to end the shutdown with conjoined Democrats Nancy Pelosi and Chuck Schumer. Schumer says the meeting did not go well.
He sort of slammed the table. And when Leader Pelosi said she didn't agree with the wall, he just walked out and said, we have nothing to discuss.
Yes, he slammed the table. So either Trump was really angry, or that's just the effort it takes for him to get up from the table. But Trump denied Schumer's story.
I didn't pound on tables. I didn't raise my voice. That was a lie. I very calmly said, if you're not going to give us strong borders, bye-bye, and I left. I didn't rant. I didn't rave like you reported. I don't have temper tantrums. I really don't. I very calmly walked out of the room. I didn't smash the table. I should have, but I didn't smash the table.
I didn't throw a tantrum. I just said, bye-bye. Then stormed out with my pockets full of candy. And that's not the only thing Trump thinks the press got wrong here.
The news incorrectly reported because I said, well, if we go back and everything's peachy-dory and you say,
hold on, Jim.
Days.
Hold on. What is, wait. Peachy Dory? What is, you can't just mix phrases like that. It makes it sound like you're not playing with a full deck of marbles. Not the sharpest knife in the spoon. Then Trump was asked about Truman's favorite quote about the great responsibility of his office.
The buck stops with everybody.
Yes. Inspiring words. Reminds me of another famous quote from another great president.
The only thing we have to fear is everybody. The Depression is all your fault. The economy used to be peachy-dory.
Now, well, that's where he got it. That's where he got it. Peachy Dory from FDR. You gotta be faster than that. You gotta be faster than that. Now, Democrats have complained that the wall is an expensive boondoggle and that technological improvements are a better way to secure our border, but Trump disagrees.
And the only way you're going to have border security, there's only one way. You can have all the technology in the world. I'm a professional at technology.
Yes. Just take it from noted technology professional Donald Trump, who once bragged he had no home or office computer and, quote, I don't do the email thing. Trust me, I know all the latest technology. The wheel, the fork, the electric slide. But why is there a funding standoff to begin with? I think Trump promised that Mexico would pay for the wall. Or wait, did he?
When during the campaign, I would say Mexico's going to pay for it. Obviously, I never said this and I never meant they're going to write out a check.
Oh, I'm sorry. So maybe, we're crazy then. If only there was a letter you wrote to the Washington Post where you explained your plan and said that Mexico could make a one-time payment of $5 to $10 billion. Whoa. Okay. Wow. So Mexico could make a payment. That quote just came back and smacked you in the ass, but we know you enjoyed that. And President Spanky. Oh. And I don't know if that's the sound he makes, and we just found out something we already knew. Trump's wall is not quite as impenetrable as Trump claims after Homeland Security itself conducted a test on his prototype and easily sawed a hole in it. But that's okay, it's not a problem, because who ever heard of immigrants with construction tools? Then, Trump moved on to attacking the Democrats, especially the freshmen.
They've been taken over by a group of young people who, frankly, in some cases, I've been watching, I actually think they're crazy. They have gone crazy.
These young people are going crazy. They're gramming their brunches, they're fidgeting their spinners, they're avocadoing their toast. Dancing should be illegal. They're all crazy. Now, if you excuse me, I need to get back to smearing my face with tanning cream and screaming about the people who are coming over the border to live in our lake houses. Then Trump hosted a roundtable where his mouth continued to do words. Words about immigrants.
And they don't go through your points of entry. They go right through. And if we had a barrier of any kind, a powerful barrier, whether it's steel or concrete, if we had a barrier, they wouldn't be able to make that turn. And they wouldn't even bother trying, because they can't go through the points with people. So we would stop that cold. We would stop it cold. And they can't fly in, obviously, for obvious reasons.
Because obviously, and I'm not, no news here, everyone knows Mexicans can't fly, right? They can't fly. Do they have wings? Trump then responded to the critique that there is no crisis at the border.
They say this is a manufactured crisis. That's their new soundbite. All over, I turn the television. I call it the opposition party. It's called the fake news media. And what happens is every network has a manufactured crisis. This is every one of them. It's like they, send out to everybody, let's use this soundbite today. So it's a but it's not. What is manufactured is the use of the word manufactured. It's manufactured by them.
It's a sound argument based on the ironclad legal principle known as he who smelt it dealt it. Then I believe that's John Marshall, Chief Justice John Marshall came up with that originally. Then Trump brought it all home in a beautiful ode to the effectiveness of walls.
They say a wall is medieval. Well, so is a wheel. A wheel is older than a wall.
I don't know if that's true. No one does. You'd have to ask someone who was around when wheels and walls were invented. So, Wilbur Ross, I think? We got a great show for you tonight. Senator Kamala Harris is here. We'll be right back.